And I love cooking, ergo, I really like going to the grocery store, and oh my god, this camera is so shaky, I'm so sorry. Anyway, whenever I go to the grocery store, oh god, it's terrible. I love finding all these different things that I want to cook with or just buy, and there are people with ancestries from all over the world communicating with people all over the world as well. Even I was, with friends in South Korea, and even in Ireland, and in Chile, and as far away as Arkansas. And then I realize, oh my gosh, I am swimming in globalization. Now, what do I mean by globalization? Well, here's an academic explanation. It's the increased interrelatedness of the world's economies, cultures, and political systems as facilitated by modern and postmodern breakthroughs in communication and transportation. Not everyone is an academic, though, and they don't have to be, so instead of telling you what it is, let me show you. The way people learn to live and interact is increasingly looking the same between Beirut and Boston. You can find Krispy Kreme donuts all the way in Argentina, and it's now normal for huge companies and ocean apart to merge. Simultaneously, there are efforts to improve human rights in Uganda, Uzbekistan, and Ulaanbaatar. It's not like these phenomena are brand new. They've been around since the Silk Road and the time of this nifty little invention called the wheel, but it's never happened before on this large of a scale. So, is globalization good or bad? Well, that's a false dichotomy. There's really nothing that is absolutely good or bad. That's just the Judeo-Christian cultural norm of absolutist values chiming in. There are pros and cons, and ehs. With changing cultural norms often comes backlash in the form of radical conservatism. Moreover, there are definitely people who greedily abuse the globalizing world systems. But these are the same systems that let me have grapes year-round, and cabbage, and salmon, and what the fuck is this? A few things to ask when world systems change are who benefits from the changes, by how much and at what cost to others, and if there is an inequality in benefit, how is that inequality legitimized? So far, legitimization in the United States tends to happen through disconnectedness to where our products and social norms come from, and, sadly, dehumanization of others and the effects of our actions. Trillions of dollars of the world's wealth is held in tax havens around the world. Economic exploitation is rampant in almost every sector of the world's markets, though media technology means we're more aware of it now than even just 13 years ago. And as more people want iPhones and cars, pollution is skyrocketing to a point that makes even the most far-fetched sounding predictions of the world's climate seem probable. Not plausible, probable. Threatening the ecological and environmental systems we depend on to maintain our globalizing world. And all this is to say nothing of the cultural imperialism debate. All that tax haven held tax money could be going into public school systems or infrastructure, and while people in Indonesia and Thailand now have the chance to have higher paying jobs than they ever could have sans the globalized economy, that money tends to enrich the people who are already on top of the local socio-economic pecking order. However, without globalization, I probably never would have found my way to Buddhism. I wouldn't have had free online access to the Pali Canon and the Tipitaka to help me find peace in the world and ultimately enough compassion and awareness to realize all these negative aspects of globalization. So what's my goal at the end of the day? As somebody who isn't perturbed by ambiguity, I'm saying that globalization is a mixed bag, but I do have one thing to add. Humans can only stand so much variety before our minds are overwhelmed and we ignore new information, arguments, relationships, products, and so on. And in an environment where all of the world's companies and cultures and political systems are thrown together to get the most people's attention, it's psychologically impossible to preserve them all. We're not going to pick through every can of food to find the one that we really want. We're going to go with the one that's easiest to get or the one that we know the best. In this sense, globalization is slowly going to kill the economic diversity that it has brought to all of our lives. And I don't know how that will turn out.